In Washington, President Biden gives a State of the Union address tonight. The president plans to highlight the accomplishments of the past 2 years. But in the latest CBS News poll, 62% of people in this country say that this country is divided. More than 40% say the U.S. is weak, and only 11% believe America is prospering. Nancy Cordes is at the White House. Nancy, depends on where you're from. Some Democrats say, great job. Republicans are saying not so much. Should be very interesting speech tonight.
That's right, Gayle. White House officials tell us that the president plans to strike an optimistic tone tonight, that he'll talk all about the areas where he thinks he can work with the Republicans who now control the House of Representatives. But as you pointed out, this new CBS News poll shows he's got some work to do convincing the American public that he's got the right plans for the year ahead.
Just have a conversation with the American people.
Tonight, at the halfway point through his first term, President Biden will describe what he sees as the economic progress on his watch: a bipartisan infrastructure law, investments in computer chips and clean energy, and a surprisingly strong jobs report last week that pushed the unemployment rate to a 54-year low.
Put simply, I would argue the Biden economic plan is working.
And yet many Americans are still skeptical. A new CBS News poll finds a majority of them currently believe that President Biden's policies are making inflation, gas prices, and the overall economy worse.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You have a wonderful day.
You too.
Yael Krigman owns a bakery in Washington, D.C. She says business has improved markedly since the pandemic, but it's still too hard to find workers.
There are so many barriers and so many challenges, like education and transportation and childcare, and just so many challenges that are preventing people from re-entering the workforce.
The President of the United States.
Last year's State of the Union address came just after Russia first invaded Ukraine, a moment for unity in the House chamber.
We'll continue to aid the Ukrainian people as they defend their country and help ease their suffering.
Tonight's speech comes on the heels of the U.S. military's shoot-down of what the administration says was a Chinese spy balloon. 6 in 10 Americans say they disapprove of Mr. Biden's handling of China. Tonight, the new House Speaker, Kevin McCarthy, will be sitting right behind Mr. Biden. He delivered a prebuttal of sorts on Monday.
President Biden wants Congress to raise the debt limit yet again, without a single sensible change to how government spends your hard-earned money. None. Does that sound responsible to you?
Presidents often try to send a message with the people who they invite to sit and watch the speech with the First Lady in the House chamber. Well, tonight, among those who have been invited are Paul Pelosi, the husband of the former Speaker, who is still recovering from being attacked in his home. Musical superstar Bono will also be there. He's been working to fight poverty and AIDS. And the parents of Tyree Nichols. His death sparked an outcry after he was beaten by Memphis police last month. And so their presence tonight should be a very painful moment. Gayle?
Yeah, it's quite a lineup there. Thank you very much, Nancy. We all remember that Tyree Nichols story. CBS News will bring you full coverage of President Biden's State of the Union address and the Republican response to it. Begins at 9 o'clock Eastern Time right here on CBS.